right? That works. All right, FightHype.com here with Joey Gamache, J. Aaron Sebia. Joey, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Doing well. All's well right now. Press conference just got done. We just had the face-off between the two fighters. First of all, for the people that might not know, explain your role in Teofimo's camp, how that came about, how that whole process.
Well, I came in as an assistant trainer for this fight. The father's the head trainer, he's the boss, and hey, he's developed Teofimo from the beginning. I mean, Teofimo was an Olympic trials champion, national Golden Gloves champion, big accomplishments, and you look at Teofimo's pro career, he's done very, very well. So they just brought me in just to help some here and there, and it worked out really good. The father and I got along. He's done a great job with his son, and I'm happy to be in camp.
Now, Teofimo's father, I mean, obviously for a guy that didn't fight as a pro, or I don't even think he fought as an amateur, he had the ability to, I guess, from everything I've read and heard, watch fights, and from there, kind of learn how to train fighters. How rare is that? How difficult is that? Just how does that even come about?
Well, it's very rare. You don't see that much, but he's sending a message out to the fathers and other people that it can be done, and he's done a fantastic job. Him and his son together, they've made it work, and everything that Teofimo's accomplished, the father's been with him, and it's a great success story.
What do you think? How do you rate Richard Commey's ability? What kind of fight do you think that we have in store for us? And what's your general prediction on the fight?
Well, I see Lopez knocking him out. I mean, not to take anything away from Commey, he's capable, but he's not sensational. His defense, not the best defense. He's an offensive fighter. He comes forward, he attacks. Yeah, he works off the jab, but he's not unpredictable. What you see is what you get. And whereas Teofimo is unpredictable. The kid's got big power. He's got great technique, everything. He's got the whole package. I know a lot of people were critical of his last fight, but hey, he was in there with a tall guy, undefeated, that can give anybody problems. And I think that Teofimo was a bit distracted in that fight, And I feel that, hey, he's motivated to show the real Teofimo here in this fight.
About a year and a half ago, it would have been, not that it would have been, it kind of was like a laughable idea for Teofimo to be facing down with Lomachenko. I mean, people just kind of brush that off as like crazy talk. We're at a point right now to where that's a real possibility. You being his trainer and being somebody that's so close to him, do you think that, do you think he's ready for that level, that Lomachenko for the undisputed title?
I have to say this, I've been in both camps, okay? And absolutely he's ready. I mean, you would never think that because the amateur background, Lomachenko had 2 Olympics and so much accomplishments. But when you look at Teofimo, listen, he was very successful as an amateur as well, okay? And, he's a kid that you'd be very surprised if you watch him training. I mean, there's some parallels with him and Lopez. The difference is that
with him and Loma, right?
Right, that's right. And Lopez is a big puncher, very big puncher. He's got all the technique. He's got so much to work with that. I think he's really going to get acknowledged in this fight who he really is because what a talent, man. I mean, Lomachenko's a great talent. Not taking anything away from him, but this is another huge talent. And you don't know that until you get into a camp with him or watch the guy and really study him. But so many tools that he's working with.
As fight fans, I think a lot of us getting familiar with you, if they didn't know about your pro career, just saw you recently up against Tyson Fury with Otto Wallin. First of all, do you think that there's enough time for that cut to properly heal? They're talking about February 22nd for the Wilder fight. Do you think that that's enough time, given how gruesome that gash was? Do you think that's enough time for that cut to heal?
I mean, hey, anything's possible regarding that. I'm not a doctor. I know that there was 2 bad cuts there, and hey, it'd be interesting to see where that fight goes and if there's any effect from that cut going into the Wilder fight. You speak with a doctor and they have different ways of breaking it down as far as the cut healing, and that I'm not 100% on. But it was a nasty cut, 48 stitches, and we're hoping him the best. He's a terrific fighter. He's a real class act. He knows how to entertain, and special fighter.
I don't think prior to that fight, a lot of fight fans were expecting a lot out of Valim. Me, even somebody that covers the sport, closely as a reporter, I didn't know a whole lot about him. But after that fight, his stock surely raised. Are offers coming in for some bigger names at this point? Is there anything maybe on the horizon for him?
Definitely, offers are coming in. The thing is that the last 2 or 3 years, Otto hasn't been as active as I would like him to be. All right, and right now we're here where we want to develop him. That we don't want to just throw him in on the highest level with like we did with Fury. That we want to keep developing him and get the best out of him. And then when he gets to fight for a title, he can win it. That's important to us, not to rush him. That he's only 28 years old. He's a heavyweight, and he's got talent. We got good offers on the table. There's a lot of potential there.
All right, so my last question, I'll leave you alone after this. So we've got Joshua that just beat Ruiz this weekend. Wilder knocked Ortiz out in dramatic fashion. How do you see the Wilder-Joshua fight, if we finally do get it? How do you see that playing out at this point?
I mean, hey, I like Joshua's character. I mean, and he's a talented guy, don't get me wrong. He had a good comeback win against Ruiz. But I mean, hey, it's hard to pick against Wilder. He can punch. He's got lead in his hands. He's a good puncher. And until somebody stops that, it's hard to see somebody go beyond that.
Hey, Joey, thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Best of luck.